Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Viva-Mundo's webinar. Today we are joined by ESCP Business School, a study in a top-ranked business school, and we have the wonderful Sarah, Sen, and Khadija here, who will be the hosts today, and they will be discussing the reasons and why you should join their school. Now, a little bit about us. Viva-Mundo are here to help you onto the next chapter of your study abroad journey in terms of applications and destination advice. That's what we are here for. Now, we do ask you to ask questions throughout the whole webinar, and we will be getting to those at the very end of the webinar, as we do have a Q&A box at the bottom of your screen that you'll be able to place those into. All right, so let's get started. I'll hand you over to Sarah.
Thank you so much. So hi, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm Sarah Sen, and I'm the recruitment executive for the Bachelor in Management program at ESCP Business School. And today I'm here with Khadija, one of our year one student in our London campus. Hi, Khadija, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
And today we're going to tell you a bit more why you should study in a top-ranked business school. So on today's agenda, we will tell you a bit about what a business school is really, and more specifically what it's the business school pedagogy that really characterizes business school. Then some top reasons to study in a business school. And we will also tell you a bit about ESCP and the Bachelor in Management program with Khadija. And then also what you can do to prepare if you're interested, in studying in one, and then of course we will answer your questions. So please use the Q&A box if you have any questions throughout the presentation, and we'll answer them at the end. So without further ado, just let me start with the business school pedagogy. So what's really typical of business school is that you will be learning by doing. So of course you have lectures where you will learn the theory of your different courses and classes, but you will then have seminar groups, seminar classes where you will be able to apply that knowledge and work on exercises, use case studies, do business simulations in class, work on projects. And this is really where you apply the knowledge so that you kind of use that and have those skills at the end of the year and the end of the program that you will be then able to transfer directly into your future, jobs. You also have regular interaction with your professors. So they really, business school put interaction between students and professors really at the heart of the pedagogy, really to have time to discuss the different classes, what you are learning in class as well with them, to make sure that everyone understands what they are teaching, and also to be able to then apply that knowledge in works, in quizzes, through different business simulations, as we said, case studies, etc., and work and homework as well. Then you will be working with your peers a lot, so you will be learning from them. So students are invited to work in multicultural teams. A lot of business schools are really international, and ESCP is really international. So if that's something that you're interested in, you might want to consider this school. And this is also a unique aspect of the business school pedagogy, because you will be immersed into teams. You will have to face decisions together to work on projects. And this is really something that you will find again in a professional context. So students not only learn from their professors, but also from their other students' perspective. And then finally, you gain industry experience throughout your studies, thanks to the different internships that you have, thanks to the entrepreneurial projects and other projects that you have to work on in class. And this really will prepare you to your future career, regardless of the field that you choose. So Khadija, can you tell us a little bit, as a student at ESCP in a business school, how you find that reflected in your day-to-day and I mean, the almost first semester that you've spent at the school?
Okay, so what I like most in the school is that we have all of the lectures to watch at home. And then in class, we put what we have learned during the lectures in practice. And then we study with real cases, and we can see how we can use the tools we have learned into the real world. And because we do almost everything per group, every time we meet new people, new students, and because we are all from different backgrounds, it helps us to be more ready when we will begin our career. And I think it's a really advantage to practice since the beginning of the year, of the first year of the bachelor.
Thank you, Khadija. Okay, so let's go into the next section, sorry, of this webinar. So just, I wanted to tell you a bit more about the reasons why you should learn and study at a business school. So one of the first reasons is that you will develop your communication skills. So whether you want to sell a business idea, present a case, or you want to write a report or even compose an email, you need really good communication skills. And this is something that you can learn at ESCP, because within the Bachelor's in Management curriculum, you will get group projects, you will get classes to develop your written competencies and your presentation techniques. And this will really help you, in the future to make your point effectively and also convincingly. Then you will learn also diplomacy, because working with your classmates, from so many different places in the world, you will encounter many times, where you will see that you have different opinions, or you see things differently. You have, a different point of view on the way of working, or on the way a certain situation works, So this will really help you, because in order to work on that project and get really good grades, you will have to respond to those classmates in a really diplomatical way. And you will also at the same time have to manage intercultural situations. So these are really good soft skills that employers look for. And of course, teamwork. In business schools, you will have to work on different projects together. So the world of business is really competitive, and you will have to, you will be exposed to that really early on when you start studying. But in order to, win the case or make the grade, you will need to work together with your peers. You will have to, compromise and also resolve certain challenges within your group. So this will really help you in the future, and even more so if you want to work in an international company in the future. Then you will also get analytical skills and critical thinking. This is really important. So if you are working in any, area of business, you will have to assess needs and problems. So before you start working on a problem and solve them, you will need to gain critical eye and detect problems, and really assess what the market needs, even the world, if we go more general and global. Then you will have to generate solutions. So in business programs, you really have that kind of freedom and space to be creative and innovative, finding solutions. This is also how they work on business cases, seeing how a certain company has worked on a problem they faced, and then thinking, how would you, if you were in their shoes of the management team in this, when that problem happened, how would you find other solutions to that problem? So this is really how you will use your critical thinking, use your research that you've done to solve, business mishaps, for example, and also finding a way of maximizing the profit and the performance of a business. But then when you have found, solution that you find is probably the best one, you will need then to analyze the results, because this will really prove if your solution was the right one or not. And being able to collect and interpret data to measure the success, of your ideas is really key. So this is why in business schools you will have classes that will help you, develop your knowledge of data analysis, statistics. You will learn economic formulas as well, to be able to then measure, the success of your solutions and your project. Then marketing. So marketing is known as the art of knowing your audience, and it starts from the very beginning. So you will be able to market yourself, first of all, to convince, for example, an employer to hire you, maybe to pitch your idea to an investor if you want to be your own boss and you want to, sell your ideas and you need investment for your project. If you want to work in a management position, working with a team, you will have to inspire your team to work towards a goal. And this really requires management, marketing techniques. So to really be able to make your idea stand out, you need to understand your audience. And that's something that is really important to know. And this is something you will learn in marketing classes in business schools. Then you will also have to be innovative. So marketing classes will really teach you how to be creative, how to make your ideas stand out in the best way possible, and also how to use the different media channels to market your ideas. And definitely it will help you to know your audience, or at least give you the tools to be able to kind of address that specific audience. So you can have the best idea ever, you can have the best product ever, but if you're not able to present that idea effectively to a certain public, to a certain audience, then it's kind of almost pointless. So researching an audience and the demographics and customize the right type of campaign to them will make sure that you're able to sell your ideas or your product. You will also have classes in finance and budget or accounting. So some business really fail because they have poor financial management. I mean, this is really crucial, and I'm sure you know that. And in business school, you will get finances classes. So this will help you, will get the tools that you need to be able that, for your business to be successful, and also being comfortable with numbers will help you get that. So this is why in business schools you also have practical simulation and work on real case studies to know how things are in the real world and experience that as well in class. You will also have accounting classes, and this also will allow you to build really good foundations, and be comfortable with the numbers. So it's important to have the skills to create accounting reports, interpret those numbers, and also present financial forecasts. This will help, your companies determine their financial health, so that you are able to kind of adjust or know how much money you can really spend in different areas, so that your business is healthy and you can move forward and evolve. And budget management, even if you're not working in finance or in accounting, if you're working, let's say, in a marketing department or any other department, you might be need to work with a certain budget. So understanding accounting principles and be able to manage a certain budget are really good skills to have also for yourself, actually, in your personal life. But yeah, if you are running a business or a marketing campaign or any, you work in any field of business where you need to work with numbers, you most probably have to deliver your projects in time, but also on budget. So you really working, and mathematics and finance and accounting classes are key in business school. So this is something you'll probably have to think about if you are interested in business management and working in business. Then you will also have economics classes, because this is more of the global perspective. You will gain worldview. Studying, business really forces you to look at the world in a global way. So if you learn how individuals, how businesses, and how even governments make decisions, it will it's really important in today's international economy, and this will help you be more adaptable. So knowing what how the markets are affected by world events will help you make informed decision, so that you can keep your business afloat. So applying those economic principles can even give you help you in your personal life to make investments, for example, on a personal level, but definitely within your business. And then you will also understand that the world is becoming more and more global. And this is something that you will definitely learn at ESCP, knowing that we have 5 different campuses available. So you will be studying abroad and with an international cohort. You will understand that the world is becoming more and more global. You will have those skills within your classes already, see how a certain country or culture or part of the world sees how business work. This will also help you in your future professional career. Talking about international, ESCP has a really international cohort of students for the Bachelor in Management only. We have 55 countries represented. So as you can see here, our students come from many, many different places in the world. And this is something that you will find again in the classes. And when you finish a program at a business school, you will be in high demand. So you will be able to enter the marketplace quite easily. So companies are really keen to hire business school graduates because they know that they have the skills, they already used that knowledge and they applied it in class. So it's really similar to what they will do in their companies. And at ESCP, for the Bachelor in Management program, we have a 98% of our recent graduate will get a job within 6 months of graduation. So that's quite a high percentage. And then also you will be in high demand because you will have intercultural management skills. So one of the reasons that our graduates are really, interesting for the employers is because they are really well equipped with soft skills that help them in intercultural situation, and they have those management skills as well. This is also why within the program at ESCP, the bachelor program includes liberal arts as well, humanities and languages. So this will build your profile towards gaining those intercultural management skills. And then you will certainly have transferable skills that you can use in any sector in business. So you will be studying a wide range of business and related subjects, and this will help you, then use those skills directly when you start working. So this will even help you to make your own important life decisions. And this is something that employers look for, people that are able to use what they've learned in class into the company almost, within the first weeks of starting a job. And finally, entrepreneurship. So if you're interested in this path, you can be, being your own boss. Studying at a business school will definitely give you the skills and the experience that you need to become your own boss. So you will really have a range topic covered, and this will give you really good foundation to be able to run your business. You can also test launch your ideas. So if you're really interested in that path, I would recommend to check and to research a bit the school's offer for that. For example, at ESCP, we have a society that's called JET, and that's also something that will help you with your own projects and businesses. But also, we have the Blue Factory incubator, and they help students with, emerging entrepreneurs with their ideas and their projects. So this is something you can look for in a business school and see if they offer those, those incubators. And you will also build resilience, because not only will you have a comprehensive understanding of business, you know how to manage the money, you know how to target your clients, but you will have to juggle with all that at the same time, especially if you're just starting. You most probably will have a really small team. So it's more likely that you will have to work on all of those aspects. And studying at the business school will really prepare you for those challenges. So you will be able to handle those hardships and make adjustments whenever you have, any difficulties, because that's really what it's about. It's not about doing everything right. It's about trying to do work the best way possible and adjust whenever there is a challenge or a problem. And this is something that you will definitely learn in the business, school environment. Okay. So now, if you're interested in business, you will probably want to know how you can do to start preparing yourself now. So I'm sure that Khadija has really good tips as well. Let me give you quickly a few, and then she'll give you her top tips as a business school student. So as I said, during this presentation, there is quite a lot of maths involved in business management degrees. So study maths is quite important, and also research the entry criteria at the business schools that you're interested in, to know which classes to focus on. Sometimes not having a business course in high school is not specifically a problem. For example, at ESCP, we are more interested in you having strong, solid foundations in maths than maybe having taken a business class within your high school classes. Attend university open days and university fairs or presentations like this one, for example. That's really good, because it's already a way of knowing what the school has to offer, talk directly to the students or the recruiters like myself to know what the program is about, what's the benefits of going to that specific school, what type of classes you will have, and so on, to have a really clear idea of what you will be putting yourself into. Talk to student ambassadors like Khadija here today. They are really the best ones to explain what it is like to be a student from different perspectives, not only from the classroom's perspective. Read the news and stay on top of current events. That's really important. You will be asked to apply that as well in classes, and that will really help you also having a more open mind and work on projects. Kind of knowing what's happening in the world will help you as well in your project and your working class, and in the future as well in your careers, of course. Make sure to make your profile stand out, so you're still on time to take some volunteering, project, do some job shadowing if you have a chance to maybe have a part-time job, maybe do some internships. This is something that business schools value a lot, and definitely put it in your CV and personal statement. And then don't hesitate to book a consultation with your recruiters, or contact them by email or call them, because we are there to help you also understand the program better, understand how you can apply and how you can prepare for it. So yeah, just leaving the floor to Khadija now. I've talked enough. What would be your top tips to prepare, or how did you prepare to start your studies? You're muted, Khadija. Can you?
My top tips would be, first, to be really open-minded and tolerant, because you will be with people who are not from the same countries and then who won't have the same mentalities. And also to like talking to people, to like meeting new people every day. I think it's the first thing to think when you want to enter in a business school. Then for the different subjects, like to not be afraid if you maybe don't have to do economics in high school, because for me, I didn't do economics at all. And when I enter, like I find other people like me, and the teacher knows that you didn't do my economics, so you begin all at the same level, Or for example, I have friends who don't have to maths, so we are equals, and so you don't feel like different from the others. And I think that's really good because everyone has different favorite subject, and it can be a really advantage for each one to share a different like experiences.
Okay, thank you, Khadija. So yeah, I think it's really good tips, and definitely be ready to meet a lot of people and to be interacting with people all the time as well, because it's quite a type of program when you will be asked to work with your peers and in projects and so on. So really good tip. So let us tell you about ESCP now a little bit. So ESCP as a business school is among the highest ranked in the world. So for the Financial Times, we are really proud that we are in the top 10 European business school. We're in 8th position. Our Master in Finance is in 2nd position worldwide, the Master in Management in 7th, and the Executive MBA in 7th position as well. So we are really in top positions of the financial ranking. And then we also benefit from international accreditations. We are among the very few schools to have multiple international accreditations, but also 5 European higher education accreditations. So if you're interested in business school, just have a look at where they stand in the rankings. This will give you an idea also of the quality of education that you will get, the openings, the professional openings that you will get after you graduate from a program there. So really highly recommending to check for those. A few words about our management program, Bachelor in Management program. It's a program that you do in 3 years, after which you will get 180 ECTS, which are the European credit systems. You will have a multicultural study track in one institution. So ESCP offers 5 of our 6 urban campuses in Europe to students. So you can go to different places like London, Paris, Turin, Madrid, or Berlin for your program, and you have to pick 3 of those campuses for your program. So each year you will be studying in a different city. You have a curriculum in management, but also combined with liberal arts and humanities to really have, this general and global perspective of business management. The program is taught in English, but depending on your combination of campuses, you might have some class in French, Spanish, or German. But if you don't, it's fine. You can do the program fully in English. You will have the chance to learn languages within the program. There are language classes such as Spanish, Italian, French, German, and Chinese as well. So you will be able to learn foreign languages. There are compulsory internships and social impact projects. So this is where you get, the business immersion and also the experience of how business work. And the program is also fully compliant with international standards. So you will be able to combine that with master's degree at ESCP, but also in other big renowned institutions around the world. And our bachelor program has been ranked in 1st position of the Le Parisien étudiant ranking, and that's for the 2nd year in a row. So we're really, really happy and really proud of this 1st position that we have for the 2nd year. And Khadija, can you tell us a bit what is your background and also what are the campuses that you picked? And also a bit about your classes, maybe.
Okay, so I'm from France and I choose to do the London, Paris, and Berlin track. I'm also doing like some classes in German and Chinese to learn these languages. And I think all of the people in my classes are from different countries, and we all have different backgrounds and we all have different languages. But the thing is, we share many things together, and like there is no barriers between us. So I think it's a really amazing experience, and because we can study and at the same time live in capitals with rich history and meet new people, because like in London, in Paris, or even in Berlin, there are people from all over the world. So it's a really advantage. And also to do the internships at the end of the year. It's amazing because like there is big companies, and I think it would be an advantage when we will want to begin our career.
Yeah, definitely. That's true. And it's a really good way, you know, of thinking as well, which campuses you're wanting to go for, because yeah, depending on one or another, maybe you'll get some different type of internships. So that's really good insight. And also, I mean, even though it's true that you have more possibilities of finding an internship within the country where you are studying, but it's not an obligation. So if you find an internship in a completely different country, maybe back home, wherever home is for you, you are completely, you know, it's completely fine to do an internship also in another place in the world. So about the study track options, we were telling you about just a few seconds ago. Here is what you can, like the combinations that you can have with this program. So in year one, you will be able to pick between our London, Paris, or Turin campuses, and all the classes are taught in English in year one. In year two, you can go to Madrid, Paris, and Turin. For Madrid and Paris, we will ask for a B1 level in Spanish or French, because some classes are taught in those languages. If you don't, then it's not a problem. You can go to the Turin campus, where all classes are in English. And then year three, you can pick from our campuses in Berlin, Paris, or London. Paris in year three is a work and study year. So it's really good if you are French, bilingual in French, and you want to, you know, take that opportunity to have a bit more working experience. Otherwise, Berlin and London are the English options for you. And knowing that in Berlin, you can also have, if you want, classes in German, but it's not, you know, compulsory. So yes, that's for the language and study track. And here are our contact details. So I think that there are few questions in the Q&A box.
Hi, great. Thank you so much, Sarah, for a brilliant presentation, and Khadija for your input. It's been very, very helpful. A lot of information there for students to digest. Let's start off with the questions. If you can keep your contacts on screen, that would be really great. Would I be able to work alongside my degree? And if yes, how many hours?
So I think that Khadija can maybe tell a bit more, as she is a student, but from what I know, the program is quite intense. So you have quite a few hours to dedicate to your classes, whether it is the lectures or the seminars. The advantage, I think, is that now that we have a hybrid model of learning, the lectures are pre-recorded, so students can really manage their timetable as they want, and they can watch those to be ready for the seminars on campus with the professors whenever they want. So they are asked to come to the seminar classes, and there is a series of classes that they need to attend. Otherwise, you know, they will be penalized. But for the time that you dedicate for your work and your, you know, projects and everything you have to do for classes, I don't know if a part-time job is possible, but what do you think, Khadija?
So we have many classes, lectures to watch at home. We have many videos, but you can do it whenever you want, because it's pre-recorded, so you can take your own rhythm to watch it. But then when you go to the seminars, we have to watch the lectures before, and then we exercise and ask questions to the teacher. but mostly the main works we have to do it at home. The classes, sorry, the classes are here for question and put in practice what we have learned before.
Yeah. So even I think it's really up to how you feel about managing all that work and also having a job at the same time. Maybe a job that's a bit more flexible, like maybe giving language classes or babysitting or something that's a bit more flexible can work. Having a real part-time job that you have to dedicate kind of half of your week might be a bit too much, but you know, it's up to you if you think you're capable of juggling with both.
Great. And do I need to have my COVID vaccination on arrival? Can I get my vaccination there?
So for the COVID vaccination, it's you don't need it to come to classes. They will have several checks, and to enter the country in any case, you will need it. So because of that, we know that students who have to travel to the countries where we are have, you know, either even a proof of recovery, or vaccinated, or have a negative PCR or something that proves that they are healthy. So and then in classes, I think when you enter the campuses, you will have your temperature checked, you will have to wear a mask and so on. So yes, I think that answers the question.
Yeah,
And
and
you can
obviously
get the vaccine in, I think that it depends also on the country, it's regulation. I think in the UK, if you're a student, you can get it. But if for the other countries, it's really to check with each campus if that's a possibility.
Thank you so much. And will I gain a chance to meet potential employers throughout my degree?
Yes, absolutely. So the different we have different career services in our campuses, and they organize career fairs. They organize talks and conferences as well. They are at the moment still done online, but hopefully by next year we'll be able to host those big fairs in person again. There's also ways of finding internships and platforms to do that. So Khadija, can you tell us a bit about how the career services help students with getting internships and connecting with companies?
Okay, so each week we receive email from the career service about events that happen mostly online, and we have the possibility to meet like the employers and to speak with them. And every week there is many events, so you can choose. Sometimes there is cosmetics like L'Oreal, but other time it's like Amazon, like it's a really big companies, and everyone has a chance to see the webinar and to participate into the event. And also you can book an appointment with the career service and talk about your CV, your cover letter, and they will help you with your skills to guide you to find a job. They will help you to do, they will tell you, for example, you have to go on this website, or this website is better to find an internship. So they're really here to help us to find an internship. Yes, there is always something. You cannot like be with nothing at the end of the year.
Awesome. And can I gain accommodation and visa advice before attending?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, can I gain accommodation and visa advice before attending?
Oh yes, absolutely. So we have a visa officer on each campus that will help you with your visa application. So they really guide you throughout the whole process. You can send them all your documents to make sure that they are in order before you do the real, visa application. So you're kind of sure that, it will go through and you have everything in order. Then you also have the student services that can help you with your accommodation. We also host webinars towards the end of the academic year, like around April, May, to really give some tips and guide students on how to find accommodation on the different campuses. Another thing is also that towards the end of the academic year, we create WhatsApp groups. And also there are some Facebook groups where students can connect and they can start networking. Some of them decide to share a flat together, for example. Sometimes you have all, former students who move to another campus and they are leaving their flat, so you can kind of take over. So there are plenty of ways to find accommodations, and the visa also, you will have support with that.
Okay, great. And I know that Khadija, you already answered this question for the student, but I think it'd be helpful for other people as well. How did you find studying during the pandemic, and could you meet other students in person?
So I wasn't studying during the lockdown because I just began my bachelor in September.
Yeah.
But here, for example, because I'm in London, there is no real difficulties to study because we go to class every week. We meet every day. So I don't feel there is COVID anymore here. So I cannot really speak about the lockdown, but even if there is a lockdown, like we have the Zoom meeting, the webinar, and because we have project to do together, we will always be speaking with others because we have many, as Sarah said, WhatsApp group, Facebook group. So we are always speaking with each other. So we are a big family, and so we are not alone here. So we are always together.
Okay, thank you so much for that answer. And are there many extracurricular activities or groups to join?
Yeah, definitely. You will find a big, list of clubs and societies on each of our campuses. So you will be able to continue some of your hobbies with ESCP. You have sports clubs, different teams. They even take part in competitions, kind of inter-university competitions, and also then different type of societies that can be luxury society. I think there is a wine tasting society. There is like loads of different things, and you will have information about that at the beginning of the year in September, so you can find out about it, how to apply for them and start working with them. I don't know, Khadija, do you want to tell us a bit your experience? Are you part of a club or society?
So I'm not part of the club or society because I decided to focus more on my studies, but there is association for every kind of test. Like there is music, sport, international relationships, or entrepreneurship. So there is for everyone, and everyone can give a try and send their CV or cover letter. And there is always something that is organized each week for each society or events. And I mean, this is a really important part of our studies because it helps us to meet other people, because we have people in our class, but in this association we meet other one, and it helps us to increase our network, and it's really helpful, I think.
And even though you're not in a club or society, you are one of our student ambassadors. So in a way, you are part of one small community.
Very true. And in terms of English scores, do you accept Duolingo English scores?
Oh, very good question. So unfortunately, we don't accept Duolingo at the moment. We accept IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge. Or if you are studying, or if you are, a native English speaker, or if you're doing the IB program, for example, and you have class in English, then you will get an English waiver, so English test waiver, so you don't have to worry about it. If not, then yeah, the test that I just mentioned. Oh, you're muted.
Thank you, that's technology for you. And finally, what is the most important side of business studies? How can I ensure that I am successful?
I think it would be hard work, I guess, and being motivated and not kind of discouraged if you have a rough time, because it's going to happen. You'll be facing challenges. That's what we talked about as well a bit earlier, about building resilience in business. You will have difficulty sometimes, and in your studies as well. So I'm sure that Khadija can tell you a bit about the ups and downs of being a business school student, and how much work you have to put in, but also how much learn really of that experience.
Okay, so we have a lot of work. Sometimes you have so many things to do, so we don't like to do everything. But then because we have a lot of help from the teacher and because we work together, it helps us to overcome all of the difficulties of the work. And I think if you work regularly every time, it's going to be okay at the end of the year. Just regular working, and it's not impossible, everything is possible, just working, and I think it would be good.
Okay, awesome. Are there any last words you want to give of advice, Sarah?
Yeah, I mean, I think really it's never too early to start looking into your options. So thank you for joining this webinar. I think it's, it's the first step to knowing what's good for you. Don't think that one school is just because it's supposed to be the best school, it's supposed to be the top, school, whichever field you're interested in, you need to go to that one. I would say check what they offer, check if that works with you. And the style of learning, the style of the student life that you will have there. Really don't hesitate to talk to the admissions and recruitment team. Don't hesitate to talk to students like Khadija, because that's the best way of knowing if you're going to be happy. And if you're happy, you'll most probably be successful as well in your studies. So yeah, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your presentation, and thank you guys for attending with some brilliant questions. They were really informative. For those of you who are watching it on catch up, all of the details are on the screen for you to contact both Sarah or Khadija if you have any more questions, and they will be reaching out to you in the next coming days. All right, well, don't forget to visit viva-mundo.com for more information on studies abroad, and I hope you have a great day, evening, wherever you are. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.